I want to review for you the idea of exponents. It comes up a lot in math, but you should know this, that a positive exponent indicates a repeated multiplication of the base. And so let me give you an example here. So this exponent indicates a repeated multiplication of this base, and it's really saying 3 2's being multiplied together. So doing that by the order of operations, you would get 8 here. So again, repeated multiplication of this base, as does this exponent. Exponent is saying repeated multiplication of this base, in other words 4 2's being multiplied together. That's a 2, by the way. So order of operations, that would give you 16. As does this exponent. The exponent here, 3, the base being negative 2. So this is saying take 3 negative 2's and multiply them together. That looks like this. So multiplying this, we get a 4. It should come this way here. And that results in negative 8. Now let me back up and go to this next one and say, or look at this. Right off the bat, you probably want to say negative 2 to the third power. But that's what this means, negative 2 to the third power. And we indicate we're talking about a negative by the use of this parentheses here, so that the 3 applies to the negative. Here, the 3 does not apply to the negative, or this sign here, and we should think of this sign as the opposite of. So this is really saying the opposite of 2 to the third power. So in other words, you apply the power to the 2 and then consider the opposite. So it really looks like this, the opposite of 3 2's being multiplied together. That's what that looks like. So let's do the 3 2's being multiplied together. That gives me 8. And then consider the opposite. Well, again, that's saying the opposite of 8, which is really negative 8, and I can write it just like that. So be very careful. The use of parentheses is critical when we mean the exponent is to be applied to that sign as well, like it is over here. So again, that is saying the opposite of 2 to the third power. As does this sign here. This hyphen is saying the opposite of 2 to the fourth power. So this is written this way, the opposite of 4 2's being multiplied together. 4 2's multiplied together gives me 16, and I'll think of that as the opposite. And again, the opposite of 16 is negative 16, written this way. If we want this hyphen to indicate negative and to have the exponent applied to it, then we must use parentheses, as in this case. So this is saying negative 2 to the fourth power, which is 4 negative 2's multiplied together. So remember that you can start anywhere because multiplication is associative. Doesn't matter where you start. So if I start here, I get positive 4. Do this, I get positive 4, and then multiplying the 2, I get 16. So just real quick, a review. This is repeated multiplication of this base, which is negative 2. Here, repeated multiplication of the base, which is 2, and then take the opposite of.